Well, we have about 900 plus visitors to NAS Pensacola, evacuees from Guantanamo.
They're described as the non-essential personnel, but there was a good group of folks. WEAR's Aria Circa tracking some of the impact and how this all happened so fast. Good morning, Aria.
Good morning. Well, over the weekend, you had family members, civilian employees, contractors, and all their pets. They all arrived here in Pensacola as the NAS Guantanamo's non-essential personnel evacuation. Now, the base is about 200 miles northeast of Jamaica, with an estimated 5,500 personnel and family living and working on the installation. WEAR spoke with Congressman Jimmy Patronis on that movement.
Right now, this is all that is expected to be airlifted out of NAS or out of Guantanamo Bay. And, there's, essential personnel that will still be on the installation, but who we've got out, we got their family members and all the loved ones, and those non-essential contractors off in a safe place.
NAS Pensacola was notified about that movement on Friday, and Captain Newman there said that preparations began as soon as they took note of that. She said NAS Pensacola Fleet and Family Support Center established an emergency family assistance center, and the lodging and dining facilities prepared for the influx of people. Newman said, quote, "The safety and well-being of our Navy family is always a primary concern." Now, the Emergency Family Assistance Center provides a wide range of services to military personnel, civilians, and their families, including counseling, information referral, financial assistance, and housing assistance. Jared?
As always, a lot of our stories, we like to see what people are saying, what they think about it, including this one.
Yeah, in this case, a lot of messages of hope and welcome. Courtney writing, so proud of everyone at NAS Pensacola who immediately went into action to help. This was an extremely well-run operation, especially on short notice.
Yeah, she went on to say it's amazing to see how the community rallied around NAS to help. As Floridians, well, we know the chaos of a hurricane. So glad we could help our military families, get them feel welcome and supported through this storm.
And Peggy shared a message that many would agree with, we think. Thank you all for your unwavering service, even without pay.
And of course, as Aria was telling us, we've been in contact with Congressman Jimmy Patronis over the weekend, giving us an update on what's going on. You can scan the QR code on your screen to see this story and all the other ones and what the congressman had to say about this massive storm.
And with all those folks coming in from Gitmo, makeshift housing for 350 pets was also arranged.
Got to bring them, right? USO Northwest Florida partnered with the American Legion Post 240 as a donation site for items yesterday. They have since paused donations because they got so much. 2 truckloads already collected of unopened dog and cat food.
Now the donations are paused until the USO determines exactly what more is needed, if anything else at all. They'll make an announcement if they need it, but if you have pet food that you bought, I will mention that JoJo's Paws inside the Escambia County Animal Shelter.
These airborne laboratories capture critical weather information from all corners of a storm. This crisscross pattern that you see here allows for weather conditions to be sampled at different altitudes and quadrants of a hurricane. At this stage, the storm could be rapidly strengthening. Significant drops in pressure and increases in wind speed are adding stresses to the aircraft. Now, the crew can experience extreme turbulence with drops in altitude of hundreds of feet in a matter of seconds. The plane descends to 10,000 feet so they can punch through the eye wall, the strongest part of the storm where winds can exceed 150 miles per hour. And just like that, conditions go eerily quiet. The clouds clear above them as the air descends into the center of the storm, creating a stadium effect, where the towering clouds of the eye wall surrounding the storm's clear center can create the look of a stadium. How? You could see all the way to the blue sky. At this point, the navigator marks the center of the storm, an important waypoint for predicting the future path of a hurricane, while a device known as a dropson is released from the belly of the plane. This little instrument transmits crucial weather data back to the plane as it falls all the way down to the ocean's surface. That data is analyzed by meteorologists and computers back at the National Hurricane Center, helping to create the updated forecast that you see at home so you can make informed decisions ahead of the storm.
I want to know what kind of preparations is the country of Jamaica doing to prepare for this storm, especially of this magnitude?
That's right. So led by our Prime Minister, we have fully activated all of our emergency operations. We are on high alert. The Municipal Corporation, the Ministry of Local Government, my ministry, the Ministry of Labour, and across government with our partners, all of us together are working, collaborating to inform the people firstly. Information and the passage of that information in an accurate way is critical. So where are the shelters? What do you do? What should you look out for? And most importantly, to get them to understand the intensity and the danger that comes with this particular storm. It is very slow. It is very, very, very intense. And that means the outcome may potentially be extreme devastation and danger. Another thing is that we are preparing all of our shelters. So we have 881 shelters in the country. About under 700 have been activated. In my own constituency, which is one of the most risk averse, we have more than 300 persons in only one shelter so far, and we have other shelters in the constituency. So that gives you an idea that we are moving persons out of the communities where there have been evacuation orders, such as Portland Cottage. And I want to tell everyone who's listening, who's watching, the evacuation order is not a suggestion. It is a directive, and a directive to save your life. We have, in addition to having the evacuation order, provided assistance, transportation, food, shelter management, and whatever else that is required to ensure that those persons that are being displaced are supported in doing what is necessary now to protect themselves. I'll say lastly is that we are pulling together to make sure that we do whatever infrastructure work can be done in this short time to mitigate against what is sure to come in terms of the level of flooding that we can expect with the rain that will be dumped on the surface, particularly knowing that it was already saturated surface with the October rain.
I want to ask one final question. What do you need? What kind of aid do you need going forward to actually ride through this storm?
Well, to get through the storm, you know, individuals, families, of course, will need food. Water is essential. Generators and whatever else in terms of equipment to allow them to be able to operate their devices, to be able to inform themselves and look and check on family members and community members. But most importantly is the post-disaster relief, which is led by the Humanitarian Assistance Committee by my ministry. So that's when we will collaborate to make sure that we provide whatever resources are necessary to help the people across the country.
Big time, mama.
Hey, when we just going up. Who are you know? Who are you know? You never know. wave get bigger with the boss. Yeah man, thanks. Yeah man, for sure say now go.